I came from USDA AMS working on local economic development and food systems investments to drive public health outcomes. And I saw this job announcement for Climate Smart Farms, and it really felt like the perfect opportunity for me to apply all the things that I'm good at and all the things that I worry about, which is climate change and how it'll affect agriculture and our food systems and public health. And so this is actually my first entry into conservation work as a profession. Like, I'm new here. So there's lots of people that are consider themselves climate optimists, that we're going to evolve and innovate our way out of this. And I don't see that, or I don't see that as being enough. And so the part of me, the anxious worrier part of me, is we need to be prepared and brace for what's coming, and including an increasingly unstable climate and environment and weather events that will devastate the national and global food system. Michigan is in a really unique situation. We have so many microclimates. We have such a diverse and rich agricultural community, and we're so regulated and tempered by the lakes that we will be a safe haven for a lot of people and industries as things progress, and preparing our industry for that, preparing our communities for that, preparing our state and our government and our people for not just our systems becoming less resilient, but that more people coming to the state will tax those systems some more. And Michigan Association of Conservation Districts sponsored this project that we're working on. We got a $5 million grant from the USDA. Almost half of that goes directly to farms to help invest in and build up their climate resiliency. I think that prepares us to be more secure going forward, prepares us for increasing weirdness, and prepares us to be a better leader for the country. Michigan Association of Conservation Districts is leading that, driving that, providing the foundation for that movement. And I hope the rest of the state can climb on. Right now we're in southeastern Michigan with Wayne, Washtenaw, Lenawee, and Monroe counties. And that we hope to go statewide with the program. But when we go to national meetings and we meet with our counterparts at the national meetings, they're always pulling me aside and saying, Michigan is doing really great work. You're doing great work. Keep up the fight. Keep up the good work. I feel like there's a lot of eyes on us seeing how we come through this program and this development phase. I think Michigan is unique because we have the Great Lakes, we have the water resources, we have diverse soil types and diverse microclimates, and so we can grow a really wide variety of fruits, vegetables, meat products, food, fiber, fuel. We can grow it all in Michigan, and we have the Great Lakes tempering, the weather extremes. So this will be where California has been feeding the United States these specialty crops for so long. It's going to be Michigan as California becomes increasingly less resilient. I tell my kids that I help farmers farm, and my husband is an electronics technician, mechanic. He tells our kids that he's a robot doctor, and I tell my kids that I'm a farm doctor, that I help farmers farm. I don't think that is, that works for my children, but I don't think it is inclusive of everything that the conservation districts do. I grew up in woods and streams and fields and dirt, and my kids get to do that because of the choices that we made to come back to Michigan and to buy land in Michigan. And their friends come over to our house and they're dirty and covered in bugs and are sweaty and cut up, and their friends' parents love that. They love bringing their kids over to our house so the kids can run wild and get dirty. And the conservation districts help foster those community assets, private lands and private landowners, but for the greater good and the greater use of our future generations. So while I help farmers farm, I think conservation districts in general help kids play outside. MACD has been essential for my program and my grant, which is a little bit unique, that I'm working on a $5 million USDA federal grant, and that MACD is administrating that grant. We as a conservation district probably would not have been able to pursue that grant and administer it and distribute it to various partners in the way that we have without MACD's leadership and their willingness to be creative and think outside the box and really expand what a conservation district and an association of conservation district can do.
Great. And then do you have a favorite native animal or plant in Michigan?
Ooh, I don't. I can't think of any one species in particular. The thing that has really endeared Michigan's native wildlife and landscapes and flora and fauna to me is the progression over time of I've been walking this land for 30 years and I've seen that tree grow up and then shed, its leaves and its seeds year after year, and now I see that I planted that acorn from that oak tree in the back now is an oak tree in my front yard that my kids play under. Seeing that progression over time of those natural native flora and fauna is my favorite part of it. They're all special and they're all wonderful, and having them available and over the long timeline is what I think is really special.